The topic of my presentation is low contraceptive use, a cause of maternal mortality in South Sudan. Introduction. Maternal mortality is one of the major health problems in South Sudan. South Sudan is in the East Central Africa. It is bordered to the east by Ethiopia, to the north by Sudan, and to the west by the Central Africa Republic. The largest ethnic group is the Dinkas cultural group, and it constitutes about 2/5 of the population, which I'll be focusing on in this presentation. South Sudan has the highest maternal mortality rate in the world. The maternal mortality rate was estimated to be 800 per 100,000 live births in 2015. These figures are probably higher in rural areas and those involved in civil war. Maternal mortality is the death of a woman while pregnant or within 42 days of termination of pregnancy, irrespective of the duration and the site of pregnancy, from any cause related to or aggravated by the pregnancy or its management, but not from accidental or incidental causes. Low contraceptive use has been linked to one of the common causes of maternal mortality in South Sudan, especially among the Dinkas cultural group. Contraception is the deliberate use of artificial methods or other techniques to prevent pregnancy because of sexual intercourse. The major form of artificial contraceptions are barrier methods. We have the hormonal method, which contains synthetic sex hormones that prevent ovulation in the female. We also have the intrauterine devices such as IUD, coils, and we have the male or female sterilization. Description of the problem. Maternal, newborn, and child health has received substantial international attention and is high on global health and development agenda. Maternal mortality rate stands at 800 per 100,000 live births, and the rate is growing, especially among the Dinkas cultural group. Although there are no accurate data indicating the maternal mortality rate of Dinkas cultural group, however, different research concluded that they have the highest rate of maternal mortality in South Sudan. South Sudan has one of the lowest contraceptive utilization rates in the world, which is practically less than 1% even among the Dinkas community. And family planning is the practice of controlling the number of children in a family and the interval between their births, particularly by means of artificial contraception or voluntary sterilization. Women and girls in South Sudan have little control over their reproductive decision because of war and traditional practices. Hence, these have increased their risk of sexually transmitted infection and unwanted pregnancy, and it has also increased their risk of having a higher maternal mortality rate. In addition, the war has affected the population of the country, making the women to reproduce at a higher rate to compensate for the loss. This has placed South Sudan to have the highest maternal mortality rate worldwide at 800 per 100,000 live births. Family planning contributes significantly to the prevention of maternal and child mortality. However, many women still do not use modern contraception, and the number of unintended pregnancy, abortion, and subsequent deaths are high in Dinkas community. Low contraceptive use, a cause of maternal mortality. The contraceptive prevalence rate among girls and women is particularly low in Dinkas group, reflecting the high level of illiteracy and lack of education about reproductive health and family planning. South Sudan, like I said, has one of the lowest contraceptive utilization rates in the world. This is because family planning is not culturally acceptable, as the role of a woman is basically to have and to raise children. An average Sudanese woman believes that there is a social need to have children and see no reason to use contraception. Misconception about family planning has also seriously limited both access and the use of quality reproductive health service. An average Sudanese sees children as happiness and return of investment. The celebration of birth of a newborn brings so much to a couple, including free foods, materials, and drinks from family and friends in the community. Also, every family in South Sudan wants a male child who will continue to carry the family names. hence making it an obligation for some women to keep having children until a male child is born. Creating big families is also an essential concept of Dinka's cultural group. This helps to sustain the name of the family and to have more social influences and status in the society. South Sudan has higher fertility rate estimated to be at 6.7 births per woman, which exacerbates the high risk of maternal death. Cultural and social causes of low contraceptive use. In South Sudan, women of the Dinkas cultural group, especially in rural areas, often do not have power to seek, receive, or communicate around health issues, including information that can help prevent maternal mortality, especially family planning. Hence, illiteracy is one of the cultural causes of low contraceptive use. Girls and women continue to be discriminated against with respect to education at all levels among the Dinkas group. Education enables women to gain knowledge, confidence, skills, and opportunities to increase their social and economic status in their household and in society. Educated women have better health outcome. For each additional year of education achieved by 1,000 women, 2 maternal deaths will be prevented. Gender inequality and discrimination lie at the root of child marriage, making it difficult for girls and women to make reproductive decisions such as family planning in South Sudan, especially among the Dinkas group. Teenage pregnancy is also very common in South Sudan. Teenage girls see pregnancy as value of motherhood. They see pregnancy as transition into adulthood. Fertility awareness program. The lack of knowledge constrains an individual's ability to protect his or her reproductive health or the health of their partner. Fertility awareness program is an actionable information program I would like to carry out within the Dinkas community to educate about fertility throughout the life cycle and the ability to apply this knowledge to one's own circumstances and needs. Specifically, it includes educating the Dinkas community by using campaigns method about menstrual cycle, when and how pregnancy occurs, the likelihood of pregnancy from unprotected sexual intercourse at different times during this cycle and at different life stages, and the role of male fertilities. It also includes educating the communities on how specific contraceptive method works, how they affect fertility, and how to use them, hence creating the basis of understanding, communicating, and correctly using family planning. Family planning is one of the 4 pillars of Safe Motherhood initiative to reduce maternal death in developing countries. There is evidence that the use of contraception is substantial and effective primary prevention strategy, reducing the maternal mortality rates in developing countries. Family planning has been a major development success over the past half century, with global fertility rates falling from more than 6 children per woman during her lifetime in 1960s to less than 3 children in the 90s. Family planning offers a range of potential benefits that encompass economic development, maternal and child health, education, and women empowerment. Furthermore, family planning is cost effective. The United Nations estimates that for every $1 spent on family planning, from $2 to $6 can be saved from the reduced number of people needing other public services like immunization, healthcare, education, and sanitation. Maternal and child mortality rates remain high in South Sudan and other developing countries, and scaling up family planning together with optimal maternal and newborn health is crucial. A huge impact can be made on maternal mortality with a minimal intervention per user of modern contraception. The procedure of the program is actually going to be a 3-phase program that will be conducted from January 1st to December 2021. in Dinkas community via reproductive health clinics and antenatal clinics. Pre-test to be done by distributing questionnaires to girls in schools and women in marketplaces across Dinkas communities to assess the existing level of knowledge about fertility and contraceptive methods. The intervention program will be a health communication campaign about fertility and contraceptive use mediated through different channels by flyers, posters, medias, house-to-house education, and clinic educations in the communities. The intervention will also include training of community members and refer to family planning clinics and reproductive health clinics. Posters will be conducted after the intervention to evaluate the effect of health communication campaign using questionnaires. The procedures of the program are in keeping with community-based public health program. Also, health communication is the process of promoting health by disseminating messages through mass media, interpersonal channels, and events. Comprehensive health communication campaigns aim to inform, persuade, and motivate behavioral change. The objective of the program is, by the end of the program, more than 70% of population of Dinka will be fully educated and aware of their fertility and different modern contraceptive methods. By the end of the program, the contraceptive utilization rate in Dinka's community will double the present rates. And after 5 years of this program, the maternal mortality rate among Dinka's group will have decreased by 5%. This objective is in keeping with an article that explored the effect that increasing contraceptive use has had on maternal mortality in developing countries. The direct effects were clear and large, and there was a drop in total fertility rates from 1990 to 2005 due primarily to increasing contraceptive use. This resulted in 1.2 million fewer maternal deaths. That's about 15% over 15 years duration. The goal of the fertility awareness program is to empower the community of Dinkas to identify what is healthy and know when to seek reproductive health care. Is to create an awareness and supportive environment for the use of modern contraception for all girls and women who need them. Foster communication between partners, parents and children, and healthcare providers and patients. Understand and overcome practical and cultural barriers to better reproductive health. The program budgets include funding of the fertility awareness program will be from the Liberty Health Missions Board grants and raising funds from charity organizations in my community. The total funding is expected to be $18,000. The expenses of the program include traveling, which is going to take about $4,000, printing of questionnaires and brochures, including flyers and posters, about $4,000, renomination of the local public health nurses and doctors that will be in the clinic, in the reproductive health clinic and antenatal clinic, with about $3,500, training of volunteers, that's the community members, will be about $2,000, paying for media publicity, about $2,500, and miscellaneous spending, about $2,000. Program evaluation will be done at the end of the program to ensure accountability. The level of spending needed for the public health program to maintain necessary activities can be estimated with a top-down or a bottom-up approach. The top-down approach estimates the funds needed based on an existing number or a benchmark that is considered adequate, while bottom-up figures are based on estimating the cost of the major components of the system and summarizing them to obtain a total. I've used a bottom-up approach detailing my cost of the program. Although data on public health spending are scarce and there is not enough information for precise estimate of what is needed to finance a program like fertility awareness program, it is evident that the majority of the funding will go towards health communication campaign, which is the bulk of the project. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can drop it at the comment section. Thank you.